My name's Vanessa. I am from Bloomington, Indiana, and I just recently picked up my bass again after years of not really playing music at all. And um, I have been so happy with Ari's course because it has made bass playing just come alive for me very, very quickly. Instead of struggling and being frustrated with things, the way it's organized, the bite-sized chunks. I love the baseline labs a lot. They're so much fun. The hit bit is a lot of fun most weeks. I really enjoy that. The combo is sometimes it's not as fun. It feels a little more academic because it's, the note finder. But I think the real key there is that when it starts to be more fun is when you know that you've really started to absorb it. Because then you're starting to be more fluid instead of like spending so much time thinking about like, okay, where's the other note that I need to get to? And now I have to get myself back on rhythm. And for me, just getting more in practice and, practicing more with a metronome and being more focused on quality. The quality of your online videos and your PDFs, because I was already using those, and because I attended some courses for the non-major at the IU Jacobs School of Music for classical guitar, and because my dad is a learned musician, he actually played with Dr. John back in the day and gigged with him and stuff. Yeah, that's part of maybe why I'm just like, I'm no good. But I know what good is. So when I saw your program, I was like, this is top notch. This is high quality. And I really meant it when I said your coursework rivals coursework that is presented in the Jacobs School of Music. And I think it's worth every penny. Absolutely. Yeah, I work really hard for my money and I care where it goes. And this is the thing that will take me from feeling like I just don't know how to do anything except copy what somebody on a YouTube video says, like, first do this, then do that, and like every once in a while I'm listening to something and I by accident get the right note. And then I was like, oh man, I can't remember any of my theory, I need a refresher. And was starting to really enjoy working with what was in the book, but realizing I need more. And I bought your poster because I was just like, well, that way it's just all in one place. I'm going to sign up for the class. And so that was when I signed up for that. And I found I just had this incredible breakthrough with your materials where a few weeks ago, it just like opened up and all of a sudden I can just play all over the neck. And it's not as fluid as it will be, but all of a sudden that one singular repeating pattern that all of the other patterns are a part of was just really apparent to me. And everything has started making so much sense. And it's because of the way that you present things and also the format that you're doing it in, because I'm so busy and I have my good days and bad days. And so I can just turn it on and do it when I have time. And I get so sucked into it. I want to spend hours on it.
I love it.
Terrible. I'm almost afraid to start because then I won't want to just stick with it for so long. And then I realize all my time is gone. Organizing the material and breaking it down into really short bite-sized bits so that I could focus on one specific thing instead of me having to guess what came next. I think it's very, very important because especially if you're a more accomplished musician, it would be very easy to not do the exercises and just have fun playing with the backing tracks and skipping through and picking and choosing. And this material really builds one on the other. I would not have the epiphany where now I have a structure in my brain where you call out any scale and say you want that. I know what that means and I have a picture of those shapes in my head now. And I would not have developed that if it weren't for you going through and focusing on, we're going to do just these intervals this week. You know, we're not going to noodle around and just do whatever you want. That very organized, incremental thing is what I paid for, actually. And I think that's what we pay for when we take classes. Once we realize that only we can teach ourselves, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Just keeping a practice journal has made me think about other things like in my life that I should be doing the same thing with, or applying the Pora method to other things. You know, mental exercise, planning things, and just, you know, like I said, developing neurological health, working on maintaining that for me. So maybe it's not as obvious to everyone, but musical development really affects all areas of our brain's neurological development. And that is part of why I chose this. You know, when I first started, I was having so much trouble with my fingers, like double firing. Like I would go to hit a note and they would like over trigger. They would go and like do these multiple things and like jump around. And I can tell just by focusing on this is redeveloping things that had gotten really bad, and that, you know, recovery is really awesome, and to gain skills that some people never regain is really amazing. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. Oh, no way. No way at all. Okay. Learning music theory can only increase your appreciation. Like, you start to hear things in the music that suddenly things make sense that they didn't make sense before. You knew it sounded good, but you didn't really understand fully why it sounded good. And so it just, you can't really see it. My shirt is a phonograph that's blaring the universe. If I put my little pattern right there, it's like it connects everything, you know? Maybe people that say that are just protecting themselves because they're afraid that they're not able to learn it. But I never really got that message that I can't do things.